what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Visual Effects Artist Reactor. Doing this intro as fast as I can so we can get to the clips. Let's go.
It's clip time!
Eddie, I'm with you to the end.
So I've never watched the Venom films. I was like, why haven't we taken a look at Venom? I know there's some sick CG in it. And so I pulled up the most recent Venom. The CGI is exceptionally good. And I thought it'd be cool to show you guys a physics sim that's kind of beyond anything else I've seen. But check out this scene here.
Is this PG-13 or R?
R. It's the most PG-13 R you've ever seen.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, it's the last dance, Venom. And then Venom's like, I might look mean, but I actually have a heart of gold, and I'm gonna sacrifice myself so that you all may live. And so he's like, what are you gonna do? And he's like, I'm a living symbiote who's going to gel myself across multiple bug-like aliens, and I'm going to pull them, while I'm still also Venom, over to an acid station where we're gonna let all the acid out onto me, and it's gonna burn me while I hold all these things together. All right, so that's what it says in the script, and that gets handed to the VFX supervisor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We can
Makes sense.
We can do that. Ooh, yum. I like this already.
Okay, wow. A lot of stuff's going on here, fellas.
Whoa, what a funky thing.
We got a simulation on our hands.
That must have taken a lot of hard drive space.
Holy macaroni. Tom Hardy, quick, go on to a new franchise.
You're free from the contract.
Spider-Man's never gonna show up. Don't let Craven here, he'll ruin your movies.
Dude,
look at that.
Look at that.
Isn't that crazy?
That looks so good.
It's crazy.
That is actually SimCity.
It's just bye for now.
Dude, through the window comp shot. Can I see Venom melting in acid with bugs through the window, please?
Yeah.
Okay, so my, what do we have going on here?
You got strands, you have animation of the stuff underneath. You have Venom's face and mocap. And then you get to the system where like now there's acid, so now you get liquid sims of ooze.
Oh, there's a lot going on. The first thing I think of is Vex slug on a treadmill. Try to find
Is
that.
this reference footage?
Yes! We found it!
Okay.
Yes! This is the first thing I thought of.
Oh yeah, people are like, this is crazy, is this real?
And this is something that the creator made. I don't know who made it, but they made it inside of Houdini, and it's driven partially by Vex coding. Basically, lines of code inside of the software that are saying, hey, your tendril, like slimy strands, should be reaching out and grabbing based on proximity of the collision geometry around you. So it's not hand animation of all those tendrils like reaching out and grabbing, that's driven by code. And so I immediately look at the Venom shot and I think, okay, there's something similar going on. It's definitely like an elevated version of it, but it's just too much to take into account. There's too many tendrils moving, and so you'd need some baseline code to reach out and hold on to surrounding collision geometry around the objects. But it's like, it's stuff that is beyond my direct understanding and therefore is magic to me. And I'm fascinated by it. It just looks so, so, so cool.
Yeah, and a good effects artist will have the procedural system and then controllable, directable, like actor parts.
I think you have a skeletal animation for Venom, your basic bones that are happening there. And then on top of that, basically parented or constrained to it are the other sub-skeletons of the creatures that are gonna be wrapped within it. Now you have your bones, and then your other bones attached to your bones. And then you wrap that all up in goo.
Shrink wrap it.
So now we're just gonna kind of like create some sort of like volume around that or something. And also that volume is now gonna be effectively a cloth simulation or some sort of soft body simulation to move with it all.
But then you have the problem of the UVs on that object.
But this is something like I really took for granted when I started learning 3D, which is making textures stick to things. Like in
Yeah.
real life, it just happens.
Yeah, how do you make a texture stick to something? In 3D, the first thing you have to do is skin it. And you cut the object and you lay it flat on a plane. And then you project your textures onto that skinned image. And once there's a texture on it, you rewrap the object with it. And now when the object's moving, guess what? We have an understanding of where that texture is on that object based on that flat, unmoving representation of it. With this,
What happens when your object's made up of strings and particles and liquid?
It gets hard. There's two sides of the 3D coin. You can think of geometry, which is points and polygons and all that fun stuff. And then you can think of volumes, which are like, think of like smoke and stuff like that. And converting between volumetric state and traditional geometry is very useful as well. The problem is, when you convert to the volume world, you lose all aspects of its physical properties from the geometry world. So you need to find a way, if you're using volumes to help with this craziness, to still maintain consistent UVs every single frame, even though every single frame you're generating a new volume. So yeah, for those of you who care, that's a real challenge. It feels like there's almost infinite detail. Like you can just keep going in and seeing more and more. Yeah.
That's actually a really good way to describe excellent CGI. It's like that infinite effect where you feel like there's more detail than what can be captured on screen.
Now, to be fair, there's been 3 Venom films, so they've had some time and some practice. That might be interesting to look at a shot from the first Venom, which came out in 2018, to see their approach to like all the gooiness.
Yeah. Whoa.
It's like they're really starting, like they're trying to learn and figure it out. It's
Yeah.
it's not bad, but it's like very loose.
Yeah, it's got a lot of that like real like hand animation, 3D modeler, kind of vibe going. Whereas that last clip was just like pure organic motion.
This is super sick conceptually, but the execution on the newest one is near flawless. Well, because think about it, the first movie comes along and you need to build a pipeline as a VFX company. Yeah. Next movie comes along, you can now build on that pipeline and keep adding and keep adding. So by the third one, you've got this beautiful fluid system that you can then really get in the weeds on.
One last bonus. There's one shot from the second Venom that I thought was just like really, really good photorealism. And it's him walking around in a club wearing glow sticks.
Oh, there's so much going on, dude. That lighting department must have lost their mind.
Dude, the glow stick shader though, freaking nailed the glow stick shader.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, dude. I'm so.
Wait, did you realize those were CGI
I didn't even
glow sticks?
think about it. I was just looking at Venom like, wow, they really got him in there good. But yeah, the glow sticks, of course, they're all going to be siege.
Your costume is amazing!
Thank you, one person.
On one hand, it's a huge challenge, but on the other hand, if you start pulling it off,
Yeah.
it marries the CGI to the footage even more.
You think they certainly have a stand-in there who's catching light.
I actually have a picture of the stand-in.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Oh,
hell
dude!
yeah.
They got a little stuffy head mount. That's so great.
Whoa, that was a hard act to follow.
Just like Tom Hardy is guided by his gooey best friend Venom, you too can be guided by a much less gooey best friend.
Squarespace.com.
Today's sponsor, Squarespace's new Design Intelligence, will help you unlock your greatest creative potential. And look, if you've got an online store and you got some product to sling, it's the easiest way to set up your products, tracking, and payments all in one place. We're talking Apple Pay, Afterpay, Klarna, and Venom's favorite,
ACH direct deposit.
just like Venom can fit in any crack or crevice, Squarespace can fit into any need you have with their flexible website templates. You can customize your look, update content, and add features to fit your needs. Transform any template into your very own and stand out online or on any device. If you're ready to level up your website the way that these guys leveled up the goo effects in Venom 3, head over to squarespace.com for a free trial today. Or if you're ready to just do this thing, head over to squarespace.com/corridorcrew for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you for being a loyal supporter of this channel, and just like Tom Hardy once said,
Turd in the wind.
see you around the block.
So we just looked at Venom: The Last Dance, but have you guys seen The Last Waltz? In the 70s, there was a band called The Band. They were going to have a farewell concert, and there was a bunch of big celebrities, music celebrities, who performed on stage, one of them being Neil Young. I know, yes, children. Neil Young.
Neil
I'm sure
old
you're
now.
fans of him. He's actually still alive. It's incredible.
Neil, very old.
Yeah, I know. Despite forever young. This was filmed in 1976. What we're about to watch could be the earliest known use of visual effects for cosmetic purposes.
Really?
Let me know if you catch anything.
His nose? It's really hard to
matting,
tell.
yeah.
You've located the body part, Niko, but now you need to locate where on that body part the VFX is.
Did they get rid of like a nose ring or something?
Oh, I know what they did. I know what this is. I heard that he had like a cocaine booger.
It's a cocaine booger?
Yes. See how the contrast values around his nostril
Yeah,
are
it's like this
completely
little-
unlike anything else?
Yeah.
That's the sign of matte work. Apparently, right before the performance, you know, he had to have a little bump.
Yeah.
And he had a big chunk of cocaine booger sticking out of his nose that was really obvious. And his manager basically said, you can't release this performance unless you do something about it.
Wow.
And so they had to go through and painstakingly, frame by frame, isolate that little booger. Anyways, that's it. Isn't that funny?
That's funny. That's really funny. It seems as though Disney has really cornered the market. I mean, they have for a long time, but now with CG cuteness.
Oh, that's a cute octopus.
But man, they nailed the big eye aesthetic, huh? There's some real interesting visual effects challenges on this one. And you start with the skin shading that behaves, you know, appropriately in light.
Man, this is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
For like a YouTube video. Wait, they had a full Siege Kid?
Full Siege Kid.
So much work.
Look at that rig. Look at that wriggly rig.
Dude, CG hat?
CGI tree?
Dude, it's funny how they've justified us to like watching stock footage of just a kid doing kid stuff. Yeah. Like, just because there's an octopus on his head and we're into it now.
That's all it takes. Look at it pressed up against the
Dude,
glass.
that glass shot was great.
You're right, though. That is kind of actually, that's a brutal description of this. They tricked us into watching stock footage because they composited an octopus on his head. You know, like it feels like an ulterior motive situation where they're like, a movie's coming up where we're going to be doing this effect a lot. Let's build like our own little in-house test or pipeline for this, because like to do this for a short is like almost, it's like preposterous.
Disney, dude. Just doing cute so well.
Who likes Lilo and Stitch?
We have apprehended a dangerous experiment.
I mean, I can see a live action Lilo and Stitch working. It's like, it's a movie that actually has like people in it and takes place in a real place.
Yeah, easy translation.
It looked pretty good. It looks like Stitch. I heard people were like throwing a little bit of like a Sonic the Hedgehog thing. Like, this doesn't look anything like the character that was drawn.
Does it not? I think it looks
great.
pretty one-to-one.
Yeah.
great.
It doesn't quite feel like they're 100% trying to make it feel photoreal.
Yeah.
Like they're okay with it just being a little CG monster.
They, you know, learned from the Lion King approach where it's like, hey, realism isn't everything.
Yeah.
It's definitely high fidelity, but there's still a lot of character in the face and expression. That profile kiss is the best shot. Look
The
at how
shadow looks nice.
tangible that little thing looks. And
well,
even the little contact on the kiss, the little boop, the little reactionary ooh, ooh, ooh. The specular on the nose, that moist little nose. That looks really, really tangible.
The lava lamp shot looks really good too.
The lava lamp, yeah.
The idea with like an actual like light bulb underneath the CGI glass and the CGI lava and proper actual like light transmission and fluid simulation. Have you guys seen the Death Stranding trailer? Babies can connect to the afterlife if their mother has died while the baby's still alive and they're still attached to the umbilical cord. And so they use these babies to see ghosts as they try to reconnect these various cities. Be prepared for like nothing to make sense, but it's all very, very pretty.
Ooh, crispy mountains.
Yeah.
The crispiness of the mountains.
And that rain, beautiful environments.
Whoa, it's so weird.
Oh, isn't that like some film director?
Yeah.
Puppet?
Yeah. There's multiple like film directors as characters in this thing.
Is that-
You got George Miller, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And a little doll guy that has a different frame rate than everybody else. Dude, this just montage of art has been going on for minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, seriously. The thing is, like, Metal Gear Solid was secretly a mech anime. Turns out Death Stranding is also actually a mecha anime. You just haven't realized it yet. But much like Attack on Titan, it gets there.
Integrate.
Oh, he feels it too?
It's like bio Metal Gear Rex.
I know, it's sick.
That's crazy.
Somehow Kojima just like keeps nailing it with everything he does, and they're so wacky and out there, but everybody's like, yeah, let's go.
Everything in this game feels like the next gen of design and aesthetic in general. Whoa.
Shoot!
Wait, what the freaking heck?
World divided, made whole. With a few sticks for encouragement.
What a striking image. There's so much going on in that picture. First off, they're like in a graveyard or mausoleums and stuff. All those candles, fireworks going off, burning soldier skeleton guys, like, and also solid snakes hanging out.
Yeah. And the atmospherics look awesome.
There's so much art happening.
Luca Marinelli. Apparently Kojima has said that this is the guy who we'd want to play Snake.
No way.
So the fact that he has him in this game,
Yeah.
basically playing the Snake equivalent, who knows, maybe. I mean, like, Kojima knows how to, like, get everybody, like, riled up.
He's like, hey, Konami, look what I got.
And I love that it's all rendered in engine.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that, because obviously you can make something look so tasty,
Yeah.
even if the gameplay and the technology isn't there for it. But it's kind of nice to just get a visual sense of what you'll actually be seeing in the game itself.
So this is on the Decima engine, and the Decima engine was created by Guerrilla Games for Killzone as a PS4 launch title, and then they used that engine in Horizon Zero Dawn and the Zero Dawn sequels, which look amazing. Like, the tech in this engine is nuts. Really good, like, landscape generation and simulation. You have really good, like, physically based materials and lighting and rendering, cool weather systems, things like that. Great subsurface scattering for the skin, all that kind of stuff. Probably the best animated kiss in a video game.
We have full contact there?
Yeah. Like, squishing and everything.
Sorry, I just saw the nose deform. Did you see that? A little friggin' smush.
And then, of course, Kojima has years and years and years of motion capture animation experience. He's basically James Cameron. Like, he's working with actors in a mocap volume all the time. He's been doing it for, like, decades.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't want to watch this. This looks so dumb.
This is the heart of what you think is cool.
I don't want to know what's behind the curtain.
This looks janky, but the thing is, like, this can also be really freeing, because you can really just kind of film as much as you want and do as much as you want. You put the camera anywhere later on. You can edit it however you want. You just dial in the performance and only the performance. And it's kind of really liberating in a lot of ways.
The only thing it's not liberating for is the actors. Like, if you think you're a good actor, this is the ultimate challenge.
Sad Ian crying
Sad Ian,
on the
dude.
green screen.
Breaks my
And,
heart.
I get that. It's great to have a set. It's great to have other actors to work with there. It's great not to be on a green screen. It's great to have all those things. But truly, if you can pull off a performance in that situation, you are truly an actor.
Yeah.
Can I give you guys a too soon clip? This next clip I'm going to show is website only because YouTube will demonetize our channel. And I'm 100% serious. I literally, if this is on YouTube, that will send the FBI to our door. So I watched one of this guy's music videos, and I was just browsing his channel because his music videos were very, very good. And I saw this, and I was like, holy crap. Let's take a look. God damn. God damn.
Oh, dude.
Heavy stuff, guys. Spicy, huh?
That is
One of the spiciest clips.
CorridorDigital.com. You know why.